Ninja moves to Mixer, and more coming up on today's episode of the latest in tech news. Hey Gadgeteer, you're just in time for the latest episode in the world's only 3-in-1 tech show on, well, tech, gadgets, and gaming news. That's right, this is the latest in tech news. My name is Taylor American. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now so that you don't miss on the next episode. And if you're watching via YouTube, hold off on that like button until you get to a part of the show that you actually like. And if you don't like any portion of it, rather than downvote or dislike, let me know down below in the comments. And if you're listening via YouTube, well, all of today's articles or podcast, YouTube. Apparently I'm not listening to my own rhetoric. If you're listening via the podcast, you can get today's article links all in the show notes right in the app you're using to listen to. So, speaking of what's to like, or not like, there is a huge uproar going on right now. We'll be getting into it for our feature story. Ninja, yes, that's right, Twitch's top #1 streamer, #1 star, went, hey guys, see you later. Hey Mixer, how's it going? We're gonna be best buds now. He made an announcement about it today. Everything. The internet literally blew up. And so we're going to be talking about that. I got a couple of interesting angles that I would like to share with you guys. As always, I would like to hear your thoughts. And we'll also be taking a look at Razer's new Viper gaming mouse and Call of Duty Modern Warfare wanting to become the adult Fortnite. And for those of you wondering, you're like, don't you have more articles usually? Yeah, it's a bit of a quick show today. I have a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And if you haven't already, follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and elsewhere. We're posting a lot of content out. So as always, follow us there as well. So yeah, I have a lot going on. So I'm not going to be able to do a couple other things that I had hoped on doing. But with that being as it is, well, let's head on over to today in tech history. Alright, today is August 1st, 2019. On this day, in 1986, Apple discontinued production of the Macintosh XL, effectively ending the life of the Apple Lisa computer platform. In January of 1985, the Macintosh line of computers was gaining momentum, but the Lisa line of computers wasn't really doing too well. In order to salvage what they could from the Lisa and offer a more powerful Macintosh computer, Apple created the Macintosh XL, modeled by modifying a Lisa 210 computer to run the Macintosh operating system. Apple discontinued the Lisa in April of 1985, but continued production of the hybrid Lisa Macintosh XL until this date. And also on this day in history, in 1967, the U.S. Navy recalls Captain Grace Murray Hopper to active duty to help developing the programming language COBOL. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the language, well, COBOL is an important piece of hardware, software, data to get to the point that we are today in computers. With a team drawn from several computer manufacturers and the Pentagon, Hopper, who had worked on the Mark I and II computers at Harvard in the 1940s, created the specifications for COBOL, the common business-oriented language with business uses in mind. These early COBOL efforts aimed at creating easily readable computer programs with as much machine independence as possible. Designers hoped a COBOL program would run on any computer for which a compiler existed with only minimal modifications. Hopper made many major contributions to computer science throughout her very long career, including what is likely the first compiler ever written, A-O. She appears to also have been the first to coin the word bug in the context of computer science, taping into her logbook a moth which had fallen into a relay of the Harvard Mark II computer. She died on January 1st, 1992. The U.S. Navy commissioned their most advanced ship, the USS Hopper, on September 6th, 1997, in honor of Grace Hopper. So, yeah, you didn't know that, did you? Had a big, important piece of history right there, hidden. I bet you never even knew about it. And with that out of the way, let's head on over to today's feature story. Alright, as you can tell, my mind's scattered. I'm still trying to pick up the fragments and the pieces of what in the world went on today. You see, yesterday, Ninja on his Instagram said, "Big announcement coming. Stay tuned. August 1st. Everybody's like, what does this mean? What could it possibly mean? And then he came out with it. He's leaving Twitch. Where's he going? Mixer. Unbelievable. So for those of you wondering, yes, we do have the links to today's articles. Head on over to TechNewsGadget.net and you can get all the information there. We'll be looking at some of the tweets and some of the announcements. Tyler Ninja Blevins is one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, or at least he was. He announced in a post Thursday that he'll be streaming exclusively on Microsoft's Mixer from now on. And, ooh, there's a video that goes on. You want to see the video? If you haven't seen a video, I've seen a video. Here he is. Coming out.
I know this may come as a shock to many of you, but
and that's all I'm going to be telling you about it. So, here's a really funny thing. Well, let me finish reading the article first, and then I'll get into a couple of the things that I wanted to share. Ninja, who rose to stardom in the last couple of years with the help of Fortnite and Drake, said in the announcement that the move is partly about helping him, quote, get back in touch with my roots. Still, he'll be joining many of the 14.7, well, hoping, at least, that many of the 14.7 million followers he's amassed on Twitch will join him in making the switch. Microsoft will surely hope so too, as Mixer hasn't quite risen to Twitch's level of popularity. According to data from Streamlabs, Mixer viewers watched 119.1 million hours of streams between April and June. Viewers on Twitch watched more than 2.7 billion hours. However, the Mixer figure grew through 357% from the previous year and 32% from the last quarter. So people are definitely tuning a little bit in more to Mixer, so I'm exciting news there. This is a major move in a streaming world. Ninja routinely attracts tens of thousands of simultaneous viewers to his Twitch stream, and he broke a number of viewership records on the platform. By many accounts, he's made millions of dollars through his Twitch exploits and various related endeavors. All those followers and paid subscribers obviously won't be rolling over automatically to Mixer, though. The financial details of Ninja's exclusive partnership with Mixer remain unclear, but don't listen to the Twitter trolls who say that he's getting a nice, sweet $60 million deal or something. I have no idea. They have no idea. The only one I guarantee who knows anything about this, at least financially how much he's making, is Ninja, his wife, whoever's helping manage the team, and probably his accountant. And those are the only people who need to know. And if Ninja wants to say something, he can. And if he doesn't need to. So, oh, there's a little bit more. He's all super pumped about it.
Yo, what's going on, everyone?
Won't be playing the rest of it. But he said, as I look at the next step in my career, achieving bigger goals in the gaming industry with Mixer will allow me to have the perfect balance of opportunities and success, said Ninja in a statement to Globe Newswire. My roots as a gamer started with Halo, so working with Microsoft and coming over to Mixer felt like a natural next step. Capturing all the great moments in gaming and sharing in the wins and losses with a positive, community-focused environment, take that, Twitch, is something that we can all be proud of. That's why I'm here. Now, Ninja's first stream in his new home on Mixer will take place from Lollapalooza on Friday, and for a limited time, fans will be able to get free subscriptions that allow ad-free viewing. Now, while he'll surely rope in a huge viewership at the outset, it'll be interesting to see how many fans will follow him more permanently. He'll probably be fine, though. His Mixer follower count has already topped 79,000 followers, if not more. Now, we've loved, according to Twitch, they actually made a statement to Engadget about this. We've loved watching Ninja on Twitch over the years, and we're proud of all that he's accomplished for himself and his family in the gaming community. We wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Now, obviously, what they didn't tell you is that they're probably not too happy that he's leaving Twitch, but it's a business, so obviously, you know, the only thing you can do is wish them the best of luck, and you know, that's all you really can do. Just say they did a good job. It's like a business reference on a resume. Yep, they did good work. Yep, I really missed them that they're gone. Yep, they're an amazing person. I'm really gonna miss them, but we wish them the best. So, standard boilerplate information there. Twitch has also said current subscribers to Ninja's channel, which no longer has the partner checkmark, will be offered a 1-month subscription at the same tier to another streamer of their choice, and that their Ninja subscriptions won't automatically be renewed. So in case you're worried about that, no worries. But if you do go over to mixer.com/ninja, well, you get an option to claim for a limited time only, a 1 month free subscription. Now, keep in mind, on Mixer, it's $1 more to subscribe per month, but what are the other features that you can get with Mixer? Let's just say I've been on Mixer for quite a while at this point, up to a year. So I can't say quite a while, but in terms of internet years, I've been here quite a while. I know a lot of people over on Mixer. I know a lot of really good people, streamers on Mixer. One of them, several of whom are partnered now. It's quite impressive. Like, I'm always struggling with in myself, like, if I'm going to do a live show or stream, where should I do it? Mixer, Twitch, Mixer, Twitch, Mixer, Twitch. You want to notice something funny? It's not between YouTube Live or Facebook Live or Facebook Gaming, whatever you want to call it. Twitch and Mixer. For me, in my book, there are only two. What can you do on YouTube that you can't do on Mixer? What can you do on Facebook that you can't do on Mixer? Whoo boy, let me tell you, a whole lot. Number one, as a viewer, whole lot more. Number two, as a streamer, a whole lot more. If you haven't been to Mixer, I encourage you guys to head on over to Mixer and check it out. I know some of my viewers are from Mixer, and for those of you wondering, I gotta definitely get back to streaming on Mixer. I really, really missed it, but I've just been bogged down with so much work behind the scenes. Like, I'm not kidding you. I'm actually half tempted to pop on a stream and say, do you guys seriously want to see the work that I have to do behind the scenes in terms of researching the show, in terms of producing the show, in terms of recording the show, which I do live, and it'd save you guys the hassle of having to tune in after the fact, and in terms of all the post-processing steps that go into everything behind the scenes, and you'd actually look at it and go, dude, you're nuts. And then the next question would follow up would be, did you seriously figure out how to do this all by yourself? And to which I'll say, yeah. And you want to know what? It was kind of like breaking a car and figuring out how to fix it over and over and over and over and over again, because I just, who I am. I'm not a gearhead, I'm a tech head, which means I break stuff on the internet and then I fix it. That's how I learned how to code basically a computer language, or at least figure out how to operate something. That's how I learned how to put computers together, figure out how they work. So I'm definitely excited for the new move here that Ninja will be making. He's going to be able to do, I can tell you right now, so much more than he could ever have done on Twitch. And it's not a bad slam against Twitch, even though it kind of somewhat is. Twitch has their brand recognition. They have really good there, and Mixer's really struggling there at number 3. You want to know what this move just did? I'm going to give you my opinion on this. You want to know what this move that Ninja just did? What this has done to the streaming industry? It just took 1, 2, and 3, and then it went, dartboard, threw it all up in the air. And now it's like, this is going to create a huge vacuum. It's not only a huge vacuum, it's also going to create huge ripples among all of the streaming sites. There's going to be a huge shakeup going on as people jostle back and forth now among Twitch, among Mixer. I love it. I love the smell of competition. I love, shaking things up a little bit. For me, I'm a business guy. I'm a business-oriented kind of guy. So when it comes to stuff with economy and when it comes to stuff with business, I love looking at this stuff because I love seeing something supposedly set in stone and then something coming out of nowhere and then just knocking everything over and then saying, okay, go ahead. Try and rebuild it again. Let's see what happens. This looks like fun. Now let's just take this out and throw it out the window and then put it back together. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. What are your thoughts? I know I'm probably rambling a little bit, so obviously this is probably going to be a little bit longer feature story than you're used to, but I'm definitely excited about it. You've heard my thoughts on it so far, but I should probably hear what you have to say. Are you excited about Ninja joining Mixer? Are you not? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know a couple of people who definitely are. Welcome to Mixer, Ninja. I think with this one move, he's kind of solidified my personal decision in where I want to stream going forward. I've been on Mixer, and then I've been a toss-up of should I stream in multiple places, and then I did a poll, and everybody said, why don't you go on Twitch? And then I decided maybe I should go on Twitch, but I really miss Mixer. Mixer has something Twitch doesn't have. And it said it right in this article. So it remains to be seen. how things are going to be moving forward, but one move that I'm excited to see finally happen. It's going to be a big old shakeup. Y'all don't even know. Alright, moving on to some gadget news. Razer's new Viper is a light and fast ambidextrous wired gaming mouse. So the $79 Razer Viper is one of the lightest wired gaming mouses currently out there. It weighs just 69 grams and is the weight of 2 standard size light bulbs. So for those of you wondering what are the benefits of such a feather light gaming mouse, well, it depends on who you ask. Those who prefer a hefty mouse with added weights won't want much to do with it, but during the author's test week with the Viper, they really liked how easy it was to flick along the mousepad whenever the in-game moment demanded some brisk, twitchy movement. The relative weightlessness, at least compared to the Logitech G502 Lightspeed they've been using, which weighs 130 grams, doesn't come at the expense of ergonomics. The Viper molds well to your hand, and its ambidextrous design accommodates both left and right-handed people with 2 macro buttons on each of its sides. It also doesn't come at the expense of innovative hardware features either. See, the Viper uses optical switches in place of mechanical ones under its main left and right mouse buttons. These improve on standard mechanic switches in some important ways. Physical switches have to hit a metallic contact to send a signal to your PC, and that signal is inherently slower and sometimes more prone to an accidental misfire due to the fact that they bounce several times when you press them. Optical switches are more responsive, says Razer, and more reliable than their physical counterparts. So this is Razer's first mouse with optical switches, depending on how you want. Though it's not the first to market on the technology. Razer says it helps to boost the Viper's lifespan to an impressive 70 million clicks, which is 20 million more than the mechanical switches in the Razer's Deathadder Elite, which is currently the best, at least in a roundup-wise, best gaming mice out there, and generally well ahead of where its competitors are. It's also making a big deal of its new braided SpeedFlex cable leading off the mouse. It's lightweight, like the mouse, and its smooth texture aids in preventing snags as it glides along your mousepad. Razer says that it's especially useful if you use the low DPI setting and really like to make large, sweeping arm movements when you play, kind of like painting with the Ross guy. What's the, I don't know. I forget. I'm tired. I tried going for a joke there and I failed miserably. If you know who I was trying to, painting with Bob Ross. There you go. Broad sweeping. Indeed. The fabric that wraps around the cable looks similar to what's used on most other braided cables, but the Viper's cable is far more bendable and it feels more like actual fabric rather than other braided cords that you've used. So here are some more information on the back of it. The 5 DPI levels default to 400, 800, 1200, 1800, 2400, and 3200, though each can be customized in Synapse up to 16,000 DPI. Now, reaching for this button might take some getting used to, at least on the underside, but Synapse helps you stay focused on a screen with a small pop-up window that tells you what DPI selection has been made. So, for those of you wondering, it is going to cost you $80. And the Razer Viper will be available for purchase at Razer.com and Best Buy starting tomorrow, August 2nd. So definitely exciting news there. For those of you who are actually wondering, the mouse that I use the Razer Deathadder Chroma, and quite honestly, I've probably had this for at least a couple of years at this point. I'm probably going to be due, it's wired by the way, due at some point for a new mouse, but yeah, Viper looks good. It looks very similar to the Deathadder Chroma, if not a lot simpler and ahead of its competition in some ways. I'm actually kind of tempted. Do I want to use this? What do you guys think? Is this something that you're going to be using? At least for those of you gaming on a PC? Let me know down in the comments. Alright, and on to our final article of today. Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer wants to become the adult Fortnite. Now, I was watching Courage JD a little bit today on Twitch, and he's all excited. He's playing at a booth expo somewhere, and he's definitely figuring out some things. Number one, he's bad in a new game. He can't figure out how to play it, but that's with any game. So, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a remake in every way imaginable, down to making its multiplayer mode extra gritty and bringing back devastating killstreak rewards. You could say that the multiplayer gameplay is going back to its roots, but It's also taking obvious cues from much newer games like the free-to-play Battle Royale phenomenon Fortnite. It'll introduce cross-platform multiplayer so that console players on PS4 and Xbox One can play with PC gamers. You'll no longer have to consult friends on which version they're buying in order to jump into siloed version-specific matches. It's kind of the defining factors for Call of Duty anyways, at least. But while Call of Duty Modern Warfare won't be free to play like Fortnite or PUBG, it will have a free season pass. There's no subscription attached to extra content for the first time. Activision had previously charged $50 for that extra ding, and that's the decision that divided friends right there. Finally, we don't have a max player count yet, but 64-player deathmatches are a thing, and the Call of Duty team says its new game engine can easily scale up to support larger player counts, even though the new 2v2 mode is just as fun. And ooh, look, they got a new trailer to go along with it. Well, we're not going to be playing a trailer, but it is in the article that we're covering in today's show. Head on over to TechNewsGadget.net, click on the article, and you'll be able to watch the video as long as you want to in whatever speed you desire. Now, Call of Duty wants to compete with the modern multiplayer arena with these features, namely cross-platform multiplayer, free season pass content, and much larger player counts, but it also wants to stake its claim on being the anti-Fortnite in some ways. You see, I think they're kind of mad right now because everybody's playing Apex Legends, and if they're playing Apex Legends, they certainly aren't playing Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty's Call of Duty, guys, come on. It's not like superheroes, said Infinity Ward studio head Patrick Kelly. It's real soldiers, real guys, real equipment. But dude, it's a video game. I know, I'm just making fun of him. We wanted to make a game that was authentic, that was gritty. The things you're going to see in a game are to the extent as possible as we can make them, and we always ask ourselves, is this realistic? Is it authentic? We always talk about things like ripped from the headlines. Is it relatable content that feels like the kind of conflict or scenario that I'm used to seeing in the zeitgeist of today? Well, there's also a new gunfight mode. The chaos of massively multiplayer deathmatches can be fun, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare certainly has that, but this new interesting 2v2 gunfight mode feels restrictive in the best possible sense. It leans heavily on precision. It pits players against each other with the exact same weaponry loadout. So if your two opponents have pistols, so will you and your teammate. Every round of gunfight randomly switches up the guns, with everyone having the same arsenal. The maps are purposely small, so it makes matches quick and accuracy count. A lot of Twitch gameplay will happen in this game type, and that acts as good training for new Call of Duty players or ones who haven't played multiplayer in a while and kind of want to get back in. And some other changes are coming. You won't be finding any zombies in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Never really been a thing in the spirit of this more realistic game. Always been more a Black Ops type thing. Instead, you'll find a new Spec Ops mode and more tactical gameplay throughout the multiplayer mode. For the first time, you can mount your heavy weapons to stabilize them on windows and against walls, and then cleanly sweep rooms. Night vision is here like never before, allowing you to easily don easy-to-equip goggles on demand and dramatically change up nighttime gameplay maps. Players who are used to attaching laser sights to their guns are immediately to be outed. The new tactical sprint and door-breaching moves are also bound to add a twist to your approach when taking on enemies, especially seeing as how they're going to be in 2v2 and 6v6 matches. They're more fast-paced and less chaotic, but in a good way. But are these changes enough to compete with Fortnite when it comes to attracting an audience that has moved on to Battle Royale games? Well, no, after Modern Warfare makes its return to a decidedly different video game battlefield on October 25th. But something that won't change is console exclusivity for one platform. PS4 gamers will get early access to the multiplayer beta on September 12th, which is 2 days after the suspected iPhone 11 launch date. Everyone on Xbox One and PC should get access a week later, according to Infinity Ward. So there you have it. There's all your Call of Duty news, and let's just hope they ironed out the bugs this time and actually made a nice, fresh new take. Who knows? Maybe they'll be able to unseat Apex Legends and finally reclaim their, ranking, at least in terms of the amount of people playing, and if they're going to go competitive in it and being able to create an esports league around the whole entire thing. So I think that about covers it. If I missed anything, let me know down in the comments or on Twitter at TechNewsGadget. And with that, that wraps up this episode of the latest in tech news. Thanks for tuning in, guys. New episodes are released every weekday. The latest in tech news can be found on every major platform, including Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, Stitcher, Overcast, and more. We're also all on the socials, so Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, Twitter, we're there at TechNewsGadget. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to let us know by clicking that like button and by leaving a comment. And if you're listening via the podcast, if you could leave us a review out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening, that would be greatly appreciated as well. Also, double check that you are subscribed so that you don't miss the next episode. I'm your host, Taylor Merrick, and remember, for latest in tech, gadget, and gaming news, visit TechNewsGadget.net. Pretty much keeping awesome, guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.